Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the Book It, the Wrestling Promoter Card Game video tutorial series. My name is Paul Laporte, and in this video we are going to be discussing the starting items that you will have with you in a game of Book It, as well as how you will be selecting your starting promotion along with your opponents. So let's go ahead and take a look at all the different items that we have when we start the game here. Every player, when they start the game, will get the following items. They will have their 5 promotion cards for which they can choose what type of promotion they are going to be running for the course of the game. They are going to receive 6 jobber cards, which are going to comprise their starting deck. So this is their initial roster for every player. And then every player will also be given $25 to make up their starting bankroll. So everybody gets this amount of money, these 6 wrestlers, and these 5 promotions to choose from. As far as the wrestlers and the money, that's very simple. You can just organize them all into nice, neat piles and then set them aside for use once the game begins. But what we're really going to be focusing on in this video is these 5 promotions. So when you are deciding what type of game you are going to want to play when you sit down with your friends to play a game of Book It, this is going to be really the driving force behind all of the decisions that you're going to make for the remainder of the game, and that is what type of promotion you are going to be. As you can see, there are 5 different types of promotions. There is Strong Style, Sports Entertainment, Lucha Libre, Hardcore, and Hybrid. Now, each of these promotions caters to that specific style of wrestler, really referring to these first 4 here. Hybrid is a little bit advanced. We'll talk about that in a moment. But obviously, just common sense tells you that strong style promotions are going to cater more towards strong style wrestlers, Sports Entertainment towards sports entertainers, Lucha Libre towards Lucha Libre wrestlers, and Hardcore towards hardcore wrestlers. And that is reflected by the benefits that each of those wrestlers get in the text of these cards specifically. So, for example, taking a look at strong style wrestlers in your promotion are actually more cost effective for you. They're cheaper to sign. They're $1 less than their actual printed cost in order to sign them to your roster. So that's a big benefit for strong style. If you're the type of player who likes to try and manage their money and get some extra bang for your buck, so to speak, then this is going to be a promotion that's going to suit you very well. Sports entertainers in a sports entertainment promotion get +1 to their star power for the remainder of the game. So if you are a player who likes to generate a lot of money, who likes to try and build up a bankroll in order to win the game, then sports entertainment is going to be something you're going to be interested in. Now, Lucha Libre is a little bit different. It doesn't have any specific benefits for Lucha Libre wrestlers. However, it penalizes anyone who is not running a Lucha Libre promotion, and Lucha Libre wrestlers for those promotions will actually cost more because Lucha Libre wrestlers would kind of rather work for a Lucha promotion. So again, Lucha Libre wrestlers will cost $1 more for everyone else that is not a Lucha Libre promotion. And this effect does not stack if multiple players have selected Lucha Libre promotions. So say 2 people chose Lucha Libre for their promotions, it would not cost 2 more for everybody else. It's just that those 2 would both be exempt from that penalty and could sign Lucha Libre wrestlers for the normal cost. And then hardcore wrestlers wrestle a little bit better in hardcore promotions. Really, when people come to see a hardcore show, they're going to have more respect and more admiration for people who are wrestling a hardcore style. So because of that, that is reflected in the fact that hardcore wrestlers actually have a bit of a better work rate when in a hardcore promotion. Now, this last one, the hybrid promotion, says draw 4 cards when you book a match with 2 non-local wrestlers of different types. This is a little bit of an advanced card. This gets into kind of the card drawing mechanic, which we'll talk about a little later on when we get into the booking phase. So we would not recommend that you do hybrid for your first game or even your first couple games until you really get comfortable with the way that the mechanics of the game as a whole work. So, for for your first game, we would really just recommend setting this aside and then choosing from these 4 promotions. And how you choose what promotion you want to be is totally up to you. I know some people who like to shuffle it up and choose at random. Some people have specific styles that they like to play that fit to these promotions. Some people like to choose these promotions just because, you know, they like them. They like strong style wrestling, so they're going to be a strong style promotion, or they like sports entertainment. And any of these are completely valid. For the first time, I would really just suggest probably picking whichever one looks good to you, or just choosing at random. For the purposes of this tutorial, we are going to choose hardcore. I think hardcore maybe works a little bit better for beginners because it's a pretty simple, straightforward +1 to work rate, and hardcore wrestlers tend to be a little bit less expensive to sign, so it helps. It's a little bit easier to manage money for hardcore wrestlers, but you may have difficulty putting on really huge shows or making huge amounts of money, but it will be a good choice for beginners. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to... lost it into my hand here. There we go. Tabletop Simulator has a little some kinks sometimes. So that is going to be the choice of our promotion. Once you have chosen your promotion, you can just go ahead and get rid of the rest of these cards. Now, the thing about selecting your promotion when you are playing with other people is that everybody selects their promotions at the same time and then puts the promotion face down in front of them. So for Tabletop Simulator, if these were in your hand, or if you're playing the print version, if they were you were just holding on to these, you would choose one of them and then put it face down. Let me set that over here. There we go. So you choose one of these promotions, so hardcore, which is what we're going with, and then you would set it face down, you would discard the rest, and then everybody else at the same time would put their promotions face down in front of them, and then once they were all chosen, then you would all flip them over simultaneously. So you do not necessarily know what your opponents are going to choose as their promotion when you pick yours. So that means that your opponents could choose the same promotion as you. And if that's the case, then you then have direct competition, and trying to corner the market on, for example, in this case, trying to corner the market on hardcore wrestlers, now you're going to be competing with somebody who wants to sign those wrestlers as well, because that is the biggest benefit for their promotion. So that is something to keep in mind when you're choosing it. When you're deciding what promotion you want to be, you're trying to think about what your friends might be picking as well, and you're probably going to want to try and pick something that nobody else is going to pick. So if there is a particular promotion that is kind of a favorite amongst your group of friends, you're going to want to probably try and stray away from that, because then you're going to have a lot of competition and it's going to be tough to really stand out in the crowd. You're going to be multiple promotions that are kind of fighting for the same group of fans and the same wrestlers on your card, and that's a very difficult way to play the game. So that's just something to consider when you are selecting that promotion. This promotion, again, stays with you for the entire game. So this is a pretty important decision to make. This is what is going to be basing all of your actions going forward. And then once everybody has chosen what promotion they are going to be, that is the point where the game will officially start, and we will roll a die or choose however you want to see who goes first. And then once that has been decided, then we will move on to the first turn of the game, and starting off each turn is the venue phase, and we'll be talking about that next.